Just doing a little bit of scooting here.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone at ESA. I'm Sen. My commentators.
I'm Zem.
I'm Mukumanen.
And this is Ratchet Clank into the Nexus. So we're gonna be playing New Game Plus. When we get to the starting point, we can do the countdown because there's a little cutscene that happens before this. But for this game, time is gonna start once we press X to get through the dialogue that's gonna pop up here. So there's gonna be a screen that's gonna appear that's gonna say, "Welcome to New Game Plus." So once we press X on this screen, then time will start. So are we ready to do the countdown?
I think we're ready.
Okay, do you want to start from 5? So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Woo! And he's already going out of bounds immediately. So clearly not intended. This is the Nightmare Box. It is the de facto wall clipping weapon. Every Ratchet game has a wall clipping weapon for some reason, and if it's not immediately obvious, then we just kind of make one. Here he's going to abuse a checkpoint system real quick. You're not supposed to be able to go back out that door. And now he's going to use this Nightmare Box as another piece of utility that it can do. It can launch you. Sin unfortunately did not get after 3 straight tries, but we're gonna try again later. We're gonna show this off.
Yeah, we'll have
really
a couple.
Cool.
We'll have a couple later on.
Yeah.
But the logic behind those is that you throw a Nightmare Box down, and then you go in front of it, and you backflip into it right when it like pops out.
Yeah.
It can be a little bit tricky.
And now here he has to go over what looks like normal texture, but is actually an invisible hole that will completely soft lock the run if you were to fall down there. So he managed to dodge that, and the run can now continue, which is fantastic.
The starting point or the starting part of this run is always scary because if
Yeah.
you mess up, you mess up bad.
As a bit of lore to everybody who isn't super familiar with this game, resetting this game is also a colossal pain because you either have to reload a file off of a USB drive or you have to have a cloud save, and either way, you're just going out and spending like at least 60 to 90 seconds trying to reset. So we try to be as careful as we can on this first level. And now he's finally almost back in bounds. There we are.
We're safe. We're safe. Woo!
We're good. This first level, I'm like so nervous on this first level because, like what Zem said, if you fall through the world, there's no way to recover.
Yeah.
You quite literally have to reload all the saves and everything.
Yeah.
So we're safe now.
Yeah, this is actually the scariest part of the run.
Yeah, the very beginning. That was what I was worried about because I also have a USB with me with the save on it, just in case something happened. Because what's notable is that you can also get trapped. So where we walked in and got that first checkpoint, you can get trapped in that room.
And we're gonna abuse the checkpoint system here again. I'm not 100% sure how it works. I believe it's just like you have to hit the checkpoints in order for the level to be able to continue. I used to have world record in this game, but I actually don't really know anything about this game. I just kind of played it. So I'm just kind of making stuff up. Don't take my word as word of law. So yeah, this is really, really cool. I love that basically this entire level, you're just kind of coasting along the underside of the ship that you're not supposed to be able to go down. Here, Sin's gonna go back in bounds, sort of. And now we're out of bounds again.
Yep.
So
Yeah, that's going to be a big trend of this run.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of out of bounds, and there might be some sections where you have no idea if we're even out of bounds or not.
So he's going to wipe out all the enemies here, and it's going to trigger the cutscene for the next area of the level. Something to note that you may not... people who've been paying very close attention may have noticed this. There's like a set of D-pad icons that popped up that had different icons on each button. You have to manually place your quick select, which is done with the D-pad. So you pull a weapon out and then hold the D-pad button in the middle of all of this movement to be able to set your weapons.
Yeah. So. Also, this part, hopefully we can get this fast. This section's really tricky.
It's really smooth if you can get it quickly, though. Let's see
Oh,
here.
beautiful magnet.
Yeah,
movement.
yeah.
Oh, there we go. Oh, this is so beautiful.
Come on, give us another.
Oh, give me more. Give me more. Oh,
Yeah.
there we go.
One more. Ooh. And
Oh,
another.
you can just see the hours of practice into these magnet rails. This is beautiful.
Okay, this is the last one.
There we go.
Ah.
Level. Good stuff, Sin. Good stuff.
Also, you might notice that the weapons are comically large, and that
Yeah.
That's actually
Like this?
intentional. That's intentional. You have the big weapon mode is mandatory in NG Plus runs because it allows the Nightmare box to be able to clip you out of bounds. If you have normal weapons, it's not big enough to clip you.
And it also makes a lot of tricks a little bit easier. Like there'll be a couple other uses that we haven't seen yet for the Nightmare box.
Yeah!
a world record.
This is also one of the only levels where it goes in like 3 different stages.
Yeah.
So there's like the first, middle, and the last part. The rest of these won't be like that, but the next trick we have here is we're gonna try and land on this really small branch, and we'll see if we can get this first try. Ah,
Close.
Yeah, this.
It's
this is tricky.
It's so funny when you're on a really good run. You just golded the last planet after resetting like 5 times, and then you miss that, and you just lose all your time.
Yeah.
Saved. There we go. There we go.
There we go.
And this allows us to skip a very annoying part of the game here. So now he's just going to hop in this turret here, blow this wall up, and hit a checkpoint.
Yeah, so
That-
this is
There we go.
actually this. This is actually the info bot for the next planet. So we pretty much just skipped everything. But
All right, incoming Nightmare launch.
yeah,
Launch,
incoming,
launch,
incoming.
launch.
There we go. There we go.
There we go. So there's actually 2 ways you can get over to there. So you can do the Nightmare box, but you can also actually high jump over to here. But the high jump only works if you're on the easiest difficulty, because for some reason, if you're on Hero or Legend, the amount of space between Ratchet and the ledge that you're actually able to grab is different, which is really weird. Yeah, so if you're on Hero or Legend, you actually have to be closer to be able to ledge grab.
Huh.
It's very strange.
This is an interesting clip here. This wall is much more of a suggestion than you would have.
Yeah.
So
You just force
there we
yourself
go. This part's a little tricky here. Has to wait until the screen turns orange.
Oh.
There we go. Now.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we
Good
go.
stuff, man. Good stuff. Yeah, that's just an awkward section.
Yeah,
Very,
this is a
very
weird
awkward.
section. So part of the reason as well that we were walking so far on that line, there is actually a reason for that. We weren't kind of like swagging out there. So if you walk too far to the left, you'll actually clip into the cave that's right next to it.
And that's bad.
And then a cutscene is also going to play. And that is very bad news.
Yeah.
Because that cave, the walls for that cave are also like really thick.
Yeah.
In any percent, this section is a lot harder because when we jump into that I guess like hole that makes the screen go orange, there's a piece of collision that will spawn behind where we're at. And so it spawns, like it takes a couple seconds to spawn, but if you don't jump up there before the spawn happens.
Wait, hold on. Pardon me 1 second.
Yeah.
Now it's the best part of the run. Mandatory missions no one likes doing.
Area! Arena missions, let's go.
Yeah, so leading into this is the arena level. So pretty much every single Ratchet game has a level like this, where all you do is you just stand here and, oh, that guy didn't die. We just stand here and just spam our weapons until all the enemies die. This game has 5 arena challenges, and one of them is a boss. But most of this is just kind of shooting stuff. So if there are any donations at all, this would be a perfect time.
Oh, I have donations, all right. Thank you all so much for donating so far. We have $10 from Ika. There is no message for this one, but thank you so much. We also have $50 from Hootcake saying hello from the crowd.
Woo!
And then we also have $33 from Neomatamune saying the hardest game should have the hardest setup, referring to, you know, everything totally went smooth at the start for the hardest game. But anyways, $50 from Gertie, also with no comment, but this is going towards the naming incentive for Pokemon Platinum, so thank you so much for that. We also have Sebastian with $50 redeeming a Metroid shirt. Thank you all so much for your donations.
Woo!
And we're back. We're still doing missions.
There's
Well,
still
I
doing
can-
missions.
I
We're
can just
almost
say,
done.
if you love these kinds of missions, you should run Deadlocked.
How many more more of these do we have?
This one and then one more.
Oh,
So-
that's right.
So funny enough, you're going to see the fusion grenade here.
This is the only use.
Yeah, this is the only use. So for
Yeah.
some reason, it's way faster to use the fusion grenade because the fusion grenade also splits up into like other grenades. So it gets rid of all the ground enemies and the hives really quickly. Yeah, so the next mission is for the boss. This is the last one.
Oh yeah, and he's going to be firing the Rhino here during the cutscene. It doesn't look like it at all, but you're going to see the boss's health bar just go like bang.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it goes down to like half pretty much immediately.
Yeah.
And then we can just finish him off.
Yeah, the amount of practice you have to do to get this is off the chart.
The amount of R1 holding.
Yeah, yeah. If you're a new runner, this is the part you get stuck on.
And there's a thing that Sin's about to do here where he's going to difficulty warp. So he's going to pause the game as he gets the checkpoint that kind of signifies that the mission is complete. And by changing the difficulty, it takes him out of the missions faster and right over to his ship.
Yeah, and what we actually got from doing all that was the jetpack, and it's only going to be used in like a very small section.
Yeah.
I think there's a bounty if you could get around this, but no one's been successful so far.
It's because no one plays this game.
you know, we have a very active community of like a couple of runners.
Listen, I'm just here to be honest, you know? This is a really swag planet. So we start off by going up top here, an area clearly you're not supposed to be in. And I was waiting for you to do a nightmare launch, and it hurts my soul that you're not doing it here, but it's okay.
Yeah,
I'll
so
forgive you.
there's a couple nightmare launches you can actually do on this level. I don't have any of them practiced. There's one big one you can do right here, but the distance can be pretty varying.
It can launch you all the way over to the sign, and it's the most
Yeah.
satisfying thing in the game.
Yeah, but it's yeah.
But yeah, they're super tricky, and I feel like the speed can be kind of tricky. Like I feel like it is
Still
kind
got
of
the train
consistent.
cycle though. That's
Yeah, we still got the train cycle. So yeah, that train, you can still kind of clip through that train a little bit.
It can also
but-
run you over.
Yeah, it can also run you over.
Here he has to dive down a little bit. I believe it's
Yeah.
to load the enemies in, or like.
Yeah, so we're actually loading the relay station itself.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, did that not clip?
Like this entire game is just get out of bounds, load the area, get out of bounds, or stay out of bounds.
Yeah, let's shoot one down there.
All right, here we go.
There we go.
And now he's out.
Woo!
So we're gonna grab a checkpoint there for safety, because if you die on this, you get set back like 2 minutes.
But that's not gonna happen.
And now that's what the nightmare thing actually looks like.
There we
And now
go.
he makes the check.
Easy.
Another difficulty warp to, I forget exactly what this, I don't know anything about this. What does this do?
Yeah, so what that one does is that warp just spawns in these enemies.
That's
So
right.
there's like an entire, like this level's probably the longest level in this game. There's a ton of stuff where you have to like avoid lasers and you have to do all this crazy stuff. You have to like flood the area, and it takes forever, but we can just skip all of that by going straight to the relay station.
Yeah, and you may faintly hear it. The Rhino that Sin is firing, it is playing Night on Bald Mountain by Grieg. That's right, I know the name of the composer. It's by opera background.
Yeah.
Also, we actually got both of the both of the insta kills too on the
That's
bosses.
actually hard. That's hard to do.
I never got any of those insta kills like during the practice, but I was saying in practice, I was like, if either of those die, like on that first try, that would actually be crazy. But yeah, they both instantly died.
Yeah, so this is the first use of the jetpack here, except it doesn't
And
look
it's
like it at all.
Yeah, so the jetpack is invisible. It's gonna appear in a second. Yeah, there's Clank.
Oh yeah, Clank's back, everybody.
There's still no jetpack. No. Okay, there's the flames.
Yeah, he's starting to remember.
Okay, here's the wings. There we go.
And now this is a cool little manipulation you can do. You can burn all the fuel to get up out of bounds. And now you have to clip through 2 walls here because the textures are still kind of solid. And now this is the tricky part of the level. I'm gonna let Sin focus here.
Yeah, there you go. So you have to land on a piece of like invisible collision there.
There we go.
It can be like a little bit tricky to land there. So
And we're into the boss
we're
fight.
into the boss.
Woo! Same thing again.
That looks it looks simple when somebody does it right, but if anything goes wrong, it's
And
a
the boss
nightmare.
and the boss is dead.
Boss is
no,
already dead.
No health bar. Health bar doesn't even have time to appear.
It was so funny just hearing Ratchet, like the 2 words that we could audibly hear of him.
It's funny because Ratchet has a dialogue line where he's like, Neftin, I know you don't want to do this, but he says it like after you beat him. Normally
you just murder him.
so like he's already like gone, and then he's like, I don't want to have to kill you, and he's already dead.
So here, is it called the Annihilator in this game? What is the rocket thing called?
So it's the Warmonger in this game.
Yeah,
and other Ratchets, this is called something different, but for most of the future series, it's
Yeah.
called the Warmonger.
Yeah.
I also need to know really quick, we had an incentive to open the vault on the next planet, so I would need to know if we're going to be doing that or not.
That incentive is currently not met.
Okay, cool.
You guys have 1 minute to donate
1 minute.
as much money as possible.
We're $240 away in case anyone wanted the amounts.
Come on, that's like, you can live without like 4 copies of Elden Ring. Come on. So what are we doing now? What's
So
this?
now
Oh yeah, we're done.
Yep. Yeah, so we're done. So that last part is just like escaping the level. So now we're going to be entering Thram. And so there's a character on this level. We call him Senior Plot Convenience. It's the Smuggler. And he's a character in the future series, which kind of he just randomly shows up whenever the plot needs him to be somewhere. He doesn't have like any story at all. He just kind of shows up randomly on planets. And so here he is right here. He's just on this planet for some reason. And what he actually has is that he actually has the hover boots, because on the first level, that ship we were on, that ship crashed apparently on this planet. That's like pretty lucky that we also ended up here.
There's a nightmare box here now?
Yeah, so instead of going around, like, you can also nightmare box up here instead.
Man, that jump was such a pain. Who
Yeah,
found
I
that?
hate that jump.
Oh wait,
Okay.
big nightmare launch here.
Oh,
but not
backwards.
in the
Not-
opposite
not in that
direction.
direction. Oh,
Hey, big
there
money!
we go.
That's a good one.
There we go. I'm surprised we got that, because also the audio cuts out here, so don't worry about that. For some reason,
Forgot about that.
yeah. So for some reason, if you skip cutscenes like too fast, the audio will cut out for whatever section until the game loads back. So the audio should be back after we respawn here.
And now we're gonna buy the charge boots twice, or the hover boots twice from the smuggler. I forget why we do that, but it's optimal. So
Yes. So we do it because it allows us to skip the cutscene. So if we only buy them once and we restart, we actually won't have them when we spawn back in. So if we do it twice, for some reason it counts as having them. So we're actually almost done with this run. This is the last level of the game.
this level is pretty tricky, actually. There's a lot going on here. So first things first, you just skipped a cutscene of talking to Sasha there, which is great because he's on that Sigma male grind set right now. Doesn't have time to talk to anybody.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, so this level pretty much puts all of the tricks in the entire run all together. And if you thought we weren't going to be seeing Clank in this run either, we will be. We will be playing as Clank in this.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, this is the only game that has fun Clank puzzles.
That's actually pretty true, honestly.
All the other games are such a sleep.
Yeah, we all are extremely opinionated on the Clank sections of various games and whether or not they're actually good.
Yeah. Acids are also very good.
I like the time puzzles, but the world
Yeah.
puzzles are really.
Oh yeah, I don't
they're
like
so
the world
bad.
puzzles.
Disco room.
Oh
is
yeah, so
kinda
this is the
hard,
disco room.
Look at those Valkyries. They're busting it down. And here we go. Big jump. And now this is a little tricky part right here.
There we go.
Beautiful. Masterfully done.
There we go. So we're gonna glide here and get the cutscene at the same time, so we get to keep like our momentum there. It's just
Oh,
like a
and-
really small thing.
We got another audio.
Oh yeah, also yeah, so we won't have audio for this either.
Yeah, we have another ASMR section just for you guys.
Okay, we didn't get the clip there, but you can also like clip down here to get in here a little bit early.
Now he's gonna kill.
Yeah, so
That's right.
it's weird because now there's no game audio, so
Close
it's just
your
us.
eyes.
So if we be quiet, you're just gonna hear nothing. Okay, the audio is gonna come back after this. So when when we leave on this taxi, we're also gonna do a difficulty warp. And what this is gonna do is that, so if we hold charge and move forward during this like frozen part, it's actually gonna skip a cutscene. So there's one cutscene that plays, and then there's this one that plays. So for some reason, Ratchet actually moves forward during that black screen, so it won't play the first one, but it plays the second one. So we skip that.
Oh,
Oh wait, swag jump coming up here.
Here we go. Yeah.
let's see it. Let's see it. Oh, 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 oh.
Yeah!
Woo!
That skips like a really annoying part of the game.
Yeah, and you see like inside of Ratchet's like head, like the model for his head, like a little bit. So it's like really weird.
Yeah. That's like the deadlocked moment.
Oh, we got ran over. As long as we don't get clipped through the ground there, then we're perfectly fine.
But
That's happened to me before. So if a car runs you over there, there's a chance. Also, more swag.
Oh, let's
There we
go.
go.
Cutscene skip.
So that
Now
also
we're into
skipped.
the final boss.
Yeah, so that also skipped a cutscene. So this is the final boss. His name is Mr. I. Very strange name, but he's like a monster from the Nether. That, you know, we skipped a ton of plot. Just understand that like a monster's trying to like take over the world now.
Monsters? Sin, you gotta stop them.
Oh, let's go.
Also,
Highlight.
also, that was the guy before that we just like completely destroyed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's helping us now.
fine.
So these are the Clank puzzles.
Clank
This game.
section! Woo!
So they're kind of like a side scroll type section, which is very different than
Yeah.
what the series normally has done.
And the idea here is you use the box to shove Clank out of bounds.
Yeah.
And now he's gonna do a little punch combo to launch down as far as possible. Has to be a little careful here. If he goes too far down, he can soft lock.
Yeah, I cut that a little bit early because if you go down too far here, you soft lock.
Yeah.
And it's really weird because the camera, it actually turns this section like 3D, so it puts the camera behind Clank.
Yeah, it's really weird
It's
looking.
really weird.
And so now he's gonna hit the end of this section, the trigger from out of bounds.
Also, you can move during this. Once this explodes, we'll be able to move.
Oh, let's go.
It's because of the glitch we did as to why, so we can just like move around like crazy. So there's another Clank section we're gonna do after we spam him a bunch. And the second one, so we're actually on hero difficulty, and there's actually a reason for that at the end. So there is going to be, so the Clank sections are actually harder depending on what difficulty you're on, so there's like more lasers. So only on Hero and Legend, there's a laser here. So this laser right here normally isn't here on the easiest difficulty, and you can use this to clip through this wall. Oh,
Close. It's a bit precise.
Yeah, it's a little bit precise.
Oh.
Almost.
Close.
I think I was standing a little bit in an off spot. There we
Oh,
go.
there we go.
Third tries the charm there.
And so this guy is just right here.
Nice. And then down we go.
Down we go. So here's the second cutscene. And then after this, we're just going to be spamming the boss. So once the health bar of the final boss disappears is when time stops. So it's coming up in like 15, 20 seconds. So we'll call it out when time is. We're spamming him, and
This is epic.
time.
Time. Woo! Very solid run, Sid.
There we go. Our
Really
final
good
time,
stuff.
22:20. That was good.
Yeah.
That was a
really
good run. That was
You know,
solid.
that was world record a couple of years ago.
That actually
Let's
was.
go.
Yeah, so that was Ratchet Clank Into the Nexus. It's a very awesome speed game. It is in 30 FPS game, but it's a very, very good speed game. In terms of really quick, like shout outs, thank you to Zam Mukamed for doing the commentary, as always. Shout out to the Ratchet and Clank speedrunning community. We have a Discord where we have all the games in there, so if you want to run this game or any of the games in the series, definitely join our Discord. Everyone's very friendly. We have an awesome community, so shout out to them. Some of them are behind us too, so shout out to these guys. Woo! And do you guys have anything before we're... Do you have anything?
I'd like to give a shout out to Christina Applegate. That's all I got.
Well, if you don't mind, I will chime in just to include a couple donations just before I let you go because I do have a love from the community watching from home as well. Icy the Kitty has donated $10 saying, "Hey Sin, Icy here. Never been the best at this, so simply crush the run. Love from me and the community." And then we also have one $10 from Big Cleepy saying, the son of my beloved wife is loving the Ratchet games after school like I did as a child. And like me right now, he is astounded by what Sin is doing. Keep up the great run.
Yeah, thank you so much for those donations.
Woo!